All right, so I'm going to show you my my plants today. I'm going to show you some cucumbers that I picked. This is after just 1 week. This is a stair basket, and I'm supposed to be pulling these when they're only about 4 inches long, and then you slice them and turn them into pickles. And this basket is just, this is how many, and they're growing full size. I'm not even supposed to let them grow this size, but I get so tired of picking them. So next year I will not be growing 4 cucumber plants. So you look at just the size of these cucumbers. This is after a week. Like I'm not making this up. This is after just a week. Some of these, well, actually maybe that's 2 weeks, and this is about a week. I can't pick them fast enough. I pick them and I eat them fresh, and I give them away. This whole basket is actually going to be given away, just because I already have enough pickles that I don't know what to do with. So let me show you real quick what harvest I have out in my freezer. This is a little bit of orange hob that I picked. There's some more orange hobs that I picked. Picked a few too early, and I didn't realize it because it was on the bottom branch, and I just didn't see the green on it, but whatever. These are all the Dragon Cayennes, and these are all San Marzanos. So I've picked more than this, but I've eaten a lot of the other stuff from the other plants. So I've definitely had more than this. The San Marzano plant produces a lot of peppers very, very fast, and I just have yet to do anything with it. But let me show you what I have going on outside. Very tired today. I really don't know why I'm making a video. Very tired today. So this is my sweet banana that's growing very small, as you can see, very small. Absolutely no peppers on it. This right here is my Anaheim that actually does have peppers. This is my Anaheim. I actually eat these as I'm gardening. It's producing very nicely. This is my other Anaheim. It's doing okay. It's still producing. I've been eating, actually, I think mainly off that plant. But this right here is my Big Bell Bertha. I had 2 that got to size, and I ate them. It's not really producing that well. I thought of just ripping the plant out, and also ripping that banana plant out over there, but I don't know, I might just let it go and see how it comes along. This is my Gypsy Bell. It's produced 1 or 2, maybe 1 pepper, and that I tried, and it's pretty good. So it's growing pretty slender. It's not bushy at all, but it's good. This right here is my Ananas Noir that I showed a video on, and this is producing very, very well. This tomato is very, very good, very smooth. I may very well grow it again next year. Look at that one brought it on the plant, so get rid of that. But it's growing very, very well. I showed you my cucumbers that I had picked, so I'm gonna kind of skip over my cucumber patch because there's nothing really to show on here anymore. Well, actually, you can see back there, if you can see that, there's still some cucumbers to pick. I didn't get them, I guess. This is my ahi panca, and there's some peppers on it somewhere, and it's doing all right. It's not producing a whole lot of pods. I don't know if it's just because it's smothered by the cucumbers, or if it's because I started it indoors this time last year and just kept it trimmed down, you know, the whole time. This right here is Rapunzel, which is absolutely everywhere. It is almost impossible to tame this thing because it grows back. I cut it and it grows back in about a week, and you know, I'm disabled, so it's hard for me to come out here and you know, pick at it. But there's actually fruits all over this thing. There were some that were red. It is a very nice tomato. It's sporadic though. It's not like it's putting out, you know, a bunch like how it shows in the description, or it talks about in the description how it grows these huge trellises. My plant is putting little cherry tomatoes sporadically. It's sporadic. It's a little bit of everywhere. See, you can see some right here, and those are actually bad. So they sat on there. They sat on there too long. So yeah, anyway, there is a pepper plant that's right there. I forget what it's called. It's growing nice and tall and upright and flowering, but it's just not putting out any pods. I forget what this guy is. It's doing well. It's actually putting out a lot of pods, but I've been eating it. It came to me and went. Poblano. This is my poblano. I actually eat this all the time, so there's no pods on it because I actually eat it. This right here is my Amish paste, and this thing just grew so big. It bushed out all over the place. It's starting to die back just because of the humidity and the heat, and I haven't been tending to it, and so it's dying back a little bit. And then I chopped into it a bunch. So I chopped into it because I got rid of a lot of the branches that just weren't producing anything. And then, like, you see how it's died off right here, and that's just because I got rid of the branches that were connected to it, and that just kind of stayed there. So it's just dying off. But yeah, anyway, this is my San Marzano that I showed you in the freezer. There's still a massive amount of tomatoes on here. This is probably my best producing plant as far as just overall production. It produces these about 4-ounce size tomatoes. Very nice. I can eat these as fast as it grows. I mean, it's just, I eat tomatoes constantly. This thing is constantly producing tomatoes. Talking with my mouth full. This is my orange habanero, producing very well. I didn't think there was a whole lot of pods on there. By the way, I'm legally blind, so I don't see very well. And I just had some more stitches removed from my eye, and made my vision even worse. But just out of nowhere, boom, they turned orange. And so orange on green actually stands out to me. Well, would anybody really? But so that's producing well. This is my Dragon Cayenne. Look at that. This thing is hot. It's good though. I ate it right off the plant. I'm gonna stop doing that though, and I'm gonna end up picking these, and I'm gonna end up making my own cayenne powder, or a cayenne powder blend. This is my sad part of my story. This is my boxcar Willie. Something came into my garden and just tore up this plant, and so I cut it back, and I cut it way back. So this is actually 2 weeks worth of growth. It's grown back very well. It's even putting out flowers. So that's my sad story. I had some tomatoes on there, and this is my last video. It might have been actually right after my last video. Something came into my garden and just tore this plant up. There was gnaw marks all over it. There was something gnawing on my cucumbers as well, but you know, it can have the cucumbers because it's I don't care what kind of animal it is. It's not going to eat as many as that thing as the amount that those plants put out over there. So, it's one of the reasons why I grew so many cucumbers. You know, feed nature, and you know, I could care less. I'm not going to chase anything off unless it's like a bobcat or something. But it could very well be a feral cat. My neighbor over here is one of those community pet people, and there were 13 cats. So it very well could be one of those cats, but something tore up this plant. So I just cut it way back. It just started dying off real quick, and then once I actually got in there and looked, I could just see that it was just all tore up. It was like gnawed and just tore up. And it was really the only one other than the cucumbers. I had a bunch of cucumbers that had like little, you know, mouth marks on it, but not that of a cat though. More of like probably like a deer or something like that. But anyway, so Boxcar Willie is my sad story for the day. Forget what this one is right here. Lots of flowers, not a lot of pods. Correction, there's a lot of pods. So they just haven't ripened. This right here is my Thai hot pepper. Now this cannot possibly be a Thai pepper. This puts out itty bitty peppers, and you can see it right there. Itty bitty peppers, and they're about as hot as a Thai pepper, but this can't possibly be a Thai pepper. These things are just like baby peppers. I don't know, maybe it's just because I didn't prune the plant well. I don't know, but this is not a Thai pepper. It's not a Thai pepper at all, unless it got, you know, cross-pollinated. But I don't know. It's not a Thai pepper. Let me show you my container garden, which there's only 2 plants doing well anymore because I don't come outside. I haven't been well. My time is always diverted elsewhere in the world, elsewhere outside my house. So this guy is still growing well. That's my gourmet, Fatali Gourmet. It's growing well. This is my other Fatali Gourmet, growing very well. Trying to get my camera to adjust. This is my Ahi Lemon Drop. It's doing pretty good. It's on the littler side though. It'll get there. It's probably the heat once it cools down. This is my yellow Moruga Scorpion. That's doing all right. I don't know what that is, but it's dead. It's actually my Ahi Lemon Drop, but it's dead. Or if it comes back, it's gonna be a late season. This is my bean plant, my green beans, and it's doing well. I don't see any fruits on it yet, but I planted that late, and I planted it just to plant something, really. I had all this spare wood down here, and I just threw it together and decided, yeah, I'm gonna have a green bean patch, and that's what happened. So those are my plants. So nothing really looks that great. Definitely doesn't look great, but everything has produced fantastic, believe it or not. This plant is as sorry shape and shitty as looking as it is, actually has produced a lot. I've cut a lot of tomatoes off of here and made a lot of fried green tomatoes. So if you're in the South, you know what fried green tomatoes are, and That's actually very good. So my my two disappointments are Rapunzel. I thought Rapunzel would have these nice trellises, but it doesn't. And but it still produces. It's just not these long trellises of tomatoes like what you would read about. And then Boxcar Willie. But my San Marzano can't pick these things fast enough. I mean, they only grow to be about 4 ounces. And it's good. I don't know what to say. It's a very good tomato. I would recommend it to anybody. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, that is what I've got going on. I'm probably not going to make a video for a while, probably a month or so, and we'll just see where things are at from there. So appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. If you want your garden to look better than mine, by all means, tend to it more, because that's why my garden is it's producing well, because I have these huge raised beds, and there's mulch down, and which provides some nutrient, and it also keeps grass from growing up into it. But it's growing well because they're raised beds, and there's been a lot of rain, which has just kept this soil wet. But also at the same time, it's hurt my garden. All that hot weather has hurt my garden, or wet weather. But yeah, if you want a better looking garden, tend to it more. I really have not been tending to it very well. My cucumbers, I come out here and I pick and I give them away. So my cucumber plants get tended more than anything, and I turn those into pickles, and I give pickles away like crazy. I give cucumbers away like crazy. I gave probably 15 gallons worth of cucumbers to my brother less than 2 weeks ago. It's ridiculous, not making that up. 4 plants produce a whole lot. That straight 8 cucumber, just that plant alone would have been enough to keep me fed. So that's produced the most, is that straight 8. But yeah, so anyway, that is what I've got going on. Thank you for watching. Again, any questions or comments, feel free to leave them, and I will see you guys in about a month. Thank you.